So interesting thing enough, right? The whole let's read the verse. So, dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active in your world. He didn't commit to much, but his music, yeah, that's for sure. He's a narcissist, misogynist, living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you. So the internet went and took and thought that he was alluding to the fact that he had an 11-year-old girl and wasn't saying anything, right? So what people didn't realize was that it was actually a double entendre on the Millie Bobby Brown thing, doubling down on the whole pedophile thing with 11, because Millie Bobby Brown actually plays a character called 11 on Stranger Things. So instead, he being Turks paying for sex and popping perks, examples that you don't deserve. I want to tell you that you're loved, you're brave, you're kind, you got a gift to change the world, and you could change your father's mind. Cause our children is the future, but he lives inside confusion. Money's always been illusion, but that's the life he used to. His father probably didn't claim him either. History do repeats itself. Sometimes it don't need a reason, but I would like to say it's not your fault that he's hiding another child. So the internet actually had resurfaced an article that had mentioned Drake having a kid back in 2014 prior to Adonis. As we see here, April 18, 2014, Drake's love child goes viral. The truth behind the scandal. Could Drake have a love child in Miami, Florida? Pictures of a baby boy went viral after the child's mother posted side by side photos of him and Drake on Instagram. But is there any truth to the speculation? Click inside to find out. Drake 27 might have some explaining to do very soon. According to Shirtkivia Myrick, her son belongs to the Canadian rapper. Now, when you look at her Instagram now, of course, these two pictures have actually been taken down. But this is actually Shirtkivia's son, and this is Drake right here on the left. But when you go to the Instagram, of course, that picture has been taken down, of course, with a few other recent ones. And the only one left here is this one. This is the only look-alike picture of still of Drake. But if you look at all the other pictures, there are a lot of similarities to him. But the pictures that she took down were those that said Baby Drake on them. I'm noticing now she even took, okay, no, she didn't take out that one. This is the other one where she said that this was possibly Baby Drake, right here on the left. Now, what was interesting enough with that was that I opened up Instagram and started to go down a plethora of a search that said Baby Drake. And it wasn't many, of course, but there was one in particular, besides the lookalikes, that stood out to me. So I'm going to go to that particular post down here. Like I said, if you search the Baby Drake thread, if you scroll down, you'll come across a certain picture. You'll come across this one here. It says 12 years of friendship, and now a baby on board. Regini Jaquez, Raj first, can't wait to tell Baby Dowd, about our trip to the Poconos 10 years ago. So many memories, you're gonna be there. Best mother and I couldn't be more proud. We've come a long way, bae. Hot mom MILF, Baby Drake. Now, why would that be in there? Why would Baby Drake be in there? So I looked up who this woman was. Looks like she's a fashion designer, right? So you're saying, okay, what's this got to do with Drake? Well, show you guys. When I put in her name and Drake's, this picture comes up. Notice that's Future on the left. Notice Yana right there. This was from Future's Instagram via his Facebook also. But look what he put. Queen of Bermuda. And that's the Instagram post. So, could it be that Drake got Future's girl pregnant back then? Or not too long ago, I should say. Is this the woman that Future and Drake is truly beefing over? The so-called Queen of Bermuda. Furthermore, is this the child that Drake is hiding? This is from 415 weeks ago. 415 weeks ago from today would be 2016, in which that child right now would be 8 years old. Now, as we just saw, there are no pictures of the child on the Instagram. But, gee, I wonder why. Especially when your pregnancy picture said baby Drake. That kid was in you 8 years ago. We don't see a kid in sight. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, with that being said, both parties have definitely said some truly scathing things to one another. And I, for one, I have been entertained by this entire thing. I've truly been entertained by this entire battle the whole way through. And if we're going to be, honest about this, like I said before, Kendrick is up in the bars, but if we're going to gauge this, okay, so let's be fair about this, right? Let's gauge it from the beginning. Let's not count first person shooter or like that. Those are the initial things. Push-ups, in my opinion, is just a response back to like that, because he responded to everyone. But if you want to scale it fairly, let's say push-ups is against. And see, this is why I said what I said with Kendrick, of course, going again, because now he's waiting for Drake again. But you want to match up push-ups and Taylor Made against Euphoria. Euphoria wins that. Euphoria, of course, wins that. Better record, okay? Better record, better diss record, all around, right? A lot of people will disagree and say Push-Ups was the better record. But Push-Ups, once again, was just a response to like that going at everybody. If I would gauge it, I would be Taylor Made against Euphoria, which, again, Taylor Made has the awesome beat and creativity, of course, what Drake is doing, giving him the angles to go at and things like that. Euphoria is still the better record, 1-0 Drake. Second round would be what? 616 against Family Matters and Meet the Grams, right? Excuse me, 616 and Meet the Grams against Family Matters. Notice how it keeps being a 2v1. It'll be Drake's 2 records against Kendrick's 1. It'll be Kendrick's 2 records against Drake's 1. Now pretty much 3 records against 1, because Kendrick put out another one. with Not Like Us. So if we're gauging Not Like Us, Meet the Grams, and 616 all against Family Matters is an unfair gauge. But if we're thinking about it on that level and on that context of what we just went over, Kendrick is pretty much just swinging at the fences right now, hoping that Drake keeps fighting back. So if we're going to look at this fairly, this is my fair assessment after doing all this research on it, I kind of have to give the win to Drake. Yes, I have to give the win to Drake. For now. If this is a war and Drake continues to keep fighting, Kendrick could potentially win in the long run with this. As of now, Drake is definitely winning. Because like I said, Drake has won on a personal level with Kendrick affecting his family. There's nothing affected on the OVO side just yet. All the pedophilia talk is not really harming Drake because Kendrick said the one thing that is the reason why it's not harming Drake is because it's an entertainment practice. It's an industry practice. Okay? It's an industry practice of the underage women. I was just talking to somebody about that. What was it? Aoki? What her name is? Russell Simmons' daughter? Russell Simmons' daughter dating somebody that's 40, 50 years her senior. In reverse, Al Pacino having a daughter by a 21, 22-year-old. He's pushing 70, 80 years old. Okay? It's an industry practice. Jay-Z and Beyonce, 20 years her senior. This is not it's a very common thing. So, everyone's saying Drake is just dating nothing but kids and teenagers and whatnot. Look at Dan Snyder. People are saying he's going to win his lawsuit, unfortunately. It's the way of the world. And that's why I said Drake has technically won. Because he is now with the powers that be. He does business with the powers that be. This is a bigger this is bigger than rap. This is deeper than rap, this battle here. This is a war of the minds that we are against right here.